This week at the Palace, the Duchess turns her hand to decorating. And celebrities invade the South Lawn. Opening time at Blenheim Palace, 6 o'clock on a June morning, and William Jones, Taffy, security guard here for 25 years, is opening up for the first day of the fishing season. Fishermen travel from miles around to be the first on the 90-acre Great Lake. Chris Keeler, Blenheim's water bailiff, has precious little time to fish himself. He doubles up as the palace electrician.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning, how are you?
Fine, thank you, yes.
This is coming along really nice, it's wonderful. How are you getting on with the gold?
In the private apartments in the palace, the decorators have moved into the bachelor 4-bedroom. When they've finished, the Duchess can begin her own painting. She's designed Chinese panels for each wall.
It's wonderful, it's very good. Lovely. And what about the inside of this cupboard?
Well,
it looks as though it's crying out for some
said that
paint.
you wanted to discuss it with me. Yeah,
It's
what
terribly marked, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed. What about the material over the back? Should we put a solid back into it?
No, I think you take all the material out.
Right.
Because it's terribly stained. You take the material out and you paint it as is.
Right, okay.
Leaving those...
The framing, yes.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right. Very good. Now I'm going to show you the horror I'm doing on the walls here.
Good morning. Morning, St. Nicholas. My name's Mr. Forster. I'm the teacher here, the education officer here, and I look after you for part of the day. So if you're all ready, everyone ready? Teachers ready? Welcome, ladies. Everybody ready here? Let's walk in.
£3 then, please.
For the busiest of the tourist months, the Duke and Duchess move out of their private rooms in the palace to open them to the public. Each year, Blenheim's education officer John Forster and his team show round 30,000 children from across the world. Many of the schools will enter projects for Blenheim's Heritage Educational Awards. The winners are invited back to the palace to collect their prizes and take tea with the Duke and Duchess.
Haven't yet met. My name's John Forster, the education officer. Are you one of the staff at the school? Are you both historians? No. That's always good news for me. Oh, English. Come through. For political reasons that we needn't go into now, which were disturbing the balance of power, there was friction between England and France and various allies, which eventually produced the War of the Spanish Succession around about 1700. John Churchill was given command of the British Army, and in the first major battle he won a colossal victory. This was in 1704. And when the news came back to England of this colossal victory, his personal friend, the last of the Stuarts, Queen Anne, decided he must have a huge reward, and so she gave him the Royal Park of Woodstock, which is all the land around here, about 10 miles around.
This is wet. No, this is all dry.
It dries very quickly.
Where is the edge at the bottom? And turning that up inside, that's it.
You manage. Yeah. It's a little bit higher than you think, isn't it?
Okay. Now, I will move this. What do you think? Strange, isn't it? Well, I've never done anything like this before, so I think it's really a question of the blind leading the blind, don't you? And I think I want to make the stem a bit darker, a bit cooler. But the blue actually, mind you, the wrapping paper is a much darker
background
tone than the warm yellow, so we need something cool. It's very sound ground for both of them.
That's a watercolour, isn't it?
But I think that's the idea. I think you carry on finishing all your things without feeling the pressure at all, because it makes no difference to me if I do this next week or in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
Because I don't quite know what I'm getting into.
You think?
So as we come through now, look to the left.
Queen Anne insisted that Blenheim should not just be a home, but also so spectacular that everyone would remember how important the battle victory at Blenheim had been. Vanbrugh, the architect for Castle Howard, was commissioned. Even 300 years ago, the palace cost £300,000 to build.
So, if we can just stand on the steps here for a moment. We can just stand here and look out. About 2.5 miles into the distance, that's the perimeter of the park, about 10 miles around, and this is what the Queen gave. We're in the Great Hall. Have a look round. Baroque active painting on the ceiling. It shows the first Duke in Roman dress, kneeling in the centre in blue, offering with his left hand the battle plan of Blenheim to the seated figure who might be Britannia. The door is the original door, made of oak trees from the park. Each door weighs half a ton. The lock was added later, and it's a great feature. The whole brass mechanism is a copy of a lock the 5th Duke saw on the gates of Warsaw. It's a secret lock, like that. And if you are a duke with a door like that, you have a key like this. This is the Duke of Marlborough's front door key. And even to this day, you can't get in from outside. Someone must let you in from inside.
More than 300,000 people visit the palace each year, but another 112,000 come to linger in the 2,000 acres of parkland. Tourist attractions within the grounds have become a necessary development. Entrance fees are crucial to the estate's finances. They cover the £500,000 needed to run the palace every year, as well as setting up a restoration fund for major projects. The Marlborough Maze, which covers more than an acre, is the largest symbolic maze in the world. The swirls, curves and lines of the hedges represent the giant cannon, trumpets and banners of the battle victory at Blenheim.
This room, girls, has gone through two uses. It's really called the saloon, which was a reception area. But then soon it became the state dining room, and so you see it laid. There are no wall coverings here, no tapestries, no pictures, no wall hangings, just the bare plaster and marble. And this gives us a fascinating insight into 18th century attitudes. It was a time of great correctness of behavior, great propriety. And they believed strongly that in a room where there was to be food, you must never have the after smell. And so everything here is designed to...
These days the saloon is used regularly for events, but only by the family on one day a year, Christmas Day, for the traditional family meal. The long library stretches 180 feet, making it the second longest room in a private house in England. It holds 10,000 books, mostly collected by the present Duke's grandfather.
So we haven't got a record breaker. A fine four-manual organ at the end of the library, played regularly at concerts and so on. And the whole room is dominated by the statue of Queen Anne, who gave the palace. It's a pity to tell you that the statue, in fact, is a fib. Sarah, the first Duchess, wished to thank Queen Anne for her generosity, and so she got Rijsbraak, the Dutch sculptor, to create something that he didn't actually see. Queen Anne was only 4 feet 10, but weighed over 20 stones. She'd actually had 17 babies. Maybe that had something to do with it. As we walk down, have a look out of the window and look at the gardens. Like the style of Versailles, formal gardens with fountains.
Overseeing all the day-to-day estate business is agent Philip Everett, who's lived at Blenheim for the past 10 years. On top of monitoring all 8 palace and grounds departments, he also oversees the estate's 160 cottages spread across 6 villages, and the 8 farms owned by Blenheim, which are let out to tenants. Every year he visits each tenant farmer to discuss progress, problems, and next year's rent.
Hello, Jane. Morning. Lovely morning. Gorgeous. Hello, Mike. Morning, Chief. Hello. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Lovely morning, isn't it?
Yeah, well, coming in.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Michael Cook farms Burley Farm with his wife Jane and now their son Giles. They're in urgent need of a new grain store before next summer. It will cost around £60,000 and their landlord, the Duke, is obliged to pay half.
Meeting. As far as the landlord's concerned, it's better for us to put up as large a roof space as possible, as it were, for you, and then you to fill in the gaps. I don't know if you've had any more thoughts, Johns, about citing it, but that's one of the critical points.
I think at the top of the island, the right-hand corner is going to be the best place. So it's going to at least interfere with the cattle side of things. And it's where we've got some most suitable spaces, I suppose.
Yeah, probably going to be an 80 per 40, isn't it?
Mm. Well, we've had a look at phrases, to sort of get...
Well, his is 60 per 40, isn't it?
Well, 75.
I think what we need to do is go and have a look at the site. Let's have a look at the site.
See what else.
And do that a bit later on.
Burley Farm is a listed enclosure farm with 200 years of history to protect.
Well, if you go your 60 or 80 or whatever it is, it's going to go from this old shed here, really, isn't it? Well down beyond that, that barn, isn't it? Because you wouldn't want to take that hedge over there down, would you? I think what I'll do is I'll get one of our surveyors to pop down and have a look at it. Yeah. We try and get some of these buildings put on a plan, and then we can start playing around a little bit, couldn't we? If we got a good site plan done. I think overall, this is it shouts really, doesn't it, as being the right side. But, yeah.
This weekend, the south lawn of the palace is being turned over to sport. Each June, a celebrity team of cricketers and several hundred supporters invade the lawn to raise money for one of the Duke's favourite charities. It's down to head gardener Trevor Wood to transform the immaculate south lawn into a cricket pitch. This year, the Bunbury's 11 of sports and television stars, under the colourful captainship of David English, will come up against record retailers HMV, who've chosen the event to celebrate their 75th anniversary.
Richard Illingworth. Right, Alan Lamb. You know Eric Cantona?
Who are, yeah.
Yeah, he's not coming.
No. Anybody else?
RORY BREMNER we got. RORY BREMNER you got, yeah.
And we've got about 500 people for lunch, 500 people for afternoon tea, and about 500 people for a barbecue tonight. All right?
Well, we can do that probably later on this afternoon.
In the Duke's private study, Agent Philip Everett is updating the Duke on maintenance jobs on the estate and hoping to get his approval for the investment at Burley Farm.
To check out with you, have we finished all the painting maintenance on the cottages that were planned for this year?
I've got my schedule here, Your Grace. I've been going through it with the various contractors. We've got 2 cottages still to complete. They're on one at the moment, and then one other which we found there's rather more timber work needs replacing on it. That's 26 cottages we've completed this year.
Good. Right. What, have you got anything else on your shopping list?
I suppose the other main one is just again to say that the rent reviews this year.
Yeah, well, I've read your paper on that, and I see that Mr. Cook was asking for some grain storage.
That's right, sir. It's likely to be in the order of £30,000 landlord's contribution. Yeah. It is a farm which does need a new grain building. Yeah. There's no provisions there. Yeah, well, so that's excellent.
I'm quite happy about that. That has to be done. Okay.
You also noticed, Your Grace, that there was a mark on Hensington Gate. It was actually a lorry delivering some feed. He just managed to clip the top pillar. Initial cost looks as if it's going to be about £1,000.
Well, that'll have to.
But it'd be insurance.
The lorry's insurance.
The lorry's insurance would cover that again. We're getting very used to these, Your Grace. I think that's the 5th one.
Right.
Other than that, Your Grace, I think that's my list for today.
Thank you very much. Okay.
All right. Thank
On the south lawn, all is set for the match. HMV have brought along their mascot, Nipper the dog, for the photo call. But with just minutes to go before the toss, the Bunbury's team is still looking a bit thin on the ground.
We start again because Tony's...
Can we start? Tony gets sense. Tails and ears?
Yes, tails.
All right, we'll back then. Thank you for the day, too. Cheers. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Excuse me. Hello. Team meeting. Ow.
Team hug.
Oh, come in. You've got to get in.
Then that's it, he should go at 6.
How are you? Hello, chaps.
Good to see you.
You're at 6, Alan. You're back at 6, yeah.
Back at 17.
You get some...
What number do you want about?
Oh, just float down the bottom.
All right, 3. Just float it up again.
Yeah, float it up. I don't know, 5 will be fine.
5?
5 or 6. Something.
6, you go 6.
6, yeah.
6, we should go 9.
Hello, Ellie, how you boys?
You don't really the man in charge, you what? Okay, all right, okay.
Here's Rory.
Razza.
Good to see you, Rob. Good to see you. Good to see you. You know the boys, don't you? Yeah. We've got the inflatable palace up there. That's the bouncy castle.
And the reason they're here is by kind permission of the Duke of Marlborough. Your Grace, you are with us today. Beautiful sunshine this morning here at Blenheim Palace.
Isn't it wonderful? Yes, and I hope it'll bring the crowds in for this very worthy cause, namely raising money for the Oxford Association for Young People.
Now, you're a brave man to invite people like Clive Mantle from Casualty. We've got RORY BREMNER here today, but you haven't made it into the team. Isn't that outrageous?
I wouldn't think so. If you consider my age and my prowess at cricket, I think it's just as well I'm looking on from the sideline.
All right, thank you very much. The Duke of Marlborough on Fox FM. Do come down and see us. We're at Blenheim Palace all day long.
Just a reminder that today's match is between the Bunbury Celebrity 11 and HMV. Gentlemen, well, gentlemen.
We're quietly confident. We've had 3 bottles of wine. Perfect kind of lifter for the afternoon play. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, our batsman. Jeffrey Boycott was having with the net earlier on. Let's see what he made of it.
Well, Richie, people are going out there and trying to score runs. Now that's not cricket. You don't have to score runs. It's Sunday. Result doesn't matter. It's all about going out there and looking good. That's good cricket.
I'm joined by Fred Triven, who's sat down next to me.
I have never seen such a poor standard of bowling. We've had the problems for the 5th and the 4th man in, and they haven't taken a wicket yet. The backdrop here is a wonderful, great big bouncy castle there.
And that's the end of the over, I think the end of the match. We do have a bag of champagne for the Man of the Match award. He's managed to stand upright all afternoon without falling over once. Steve Smith-Eccles.
I nearly fell over this. Thank you very much. Oh, don't worry, I will fall over. I'll drink it all, I promise you.
Thank you all very much. Why don't you come inside and get some drink?
It's a good idea.
Next week, the new sponsor of Blenheim's biggest event meets the Duke to discuss his investment. A rare glimpse inside secret rooms, and the Duchess admires her handiwork in bachelor form.